Luang Por says he's very happy to be here with you today and finds it very inspiring to see so many people coming to the monastery. He says this is a very good sign for the future of Buddhism in Australia. If large numbers of people are interested to come out to the forest monasteries and make offerings, listen to Dhamma, this is a very good thing, not just for now, for you now, but also for the future generations of Buddhists. What we call the community of Buddhist students of the Buddha includes both the ordained Sangha, monks and nuns and novices, but also you, laymen, laywomen, who are committing or dedicating themselves to practice the Buddhist path in daily life. We call laymen, in Thai we say upasok, we say in Pali upasaka, and in Pali the laywomen are upasika. And it means one who has come close to the Buddhist teachings, committed, has a sincerity in their wish to practice, to follow the Buddhist path. And this combination of the ordained Sangha and the lay Sangha is where Buddhism gets its strength, not just for our generation, but also for our children, grandchildren, future generations. If both the ordained Sangha and the lay community are practicing well, then Buddhism will flourish, the teachings will be preserved, and this will be good for everyone in this era and then for the future as well. You might ask, how do we preserve the Buddhist teachings? How do we keep Buddhism strong, flourishing in the world? Well, really it's each individual person's duty and responsibility to put those teachings into practice. So first of all, we have the ordained Sangha. So people come forward, shave their heads, put on the robes, and practice what we call the Vinaya, the training rules of a Buddhist monk. So the first duty of the monastic Sangha is to keep the rules and the rules of discipline, the ways of practice that we've inherited from our teachers. And this way we are taking personal responsibility for our practice by following the method and the ways and the rules that the Buddha laid down. If each of us do that, then we will learn the same kind of truths and develop the same kind of understanding that the Buddha and the enlightened disciples of the Buddha have had. We can learn that for ourselves, experience that for ourselves. And then, having practiced, we can go out and show others. So one role of the ordained Sangha is to practice, but the other role is to teach and show by example, and also to explain and teach Buddhism to others, and to teach the lay community, again, through example and also by practicing first for oneself, understanding what the Buddha taught for oneself, then taking that knowledge, that experience out into the world and sharing it with other people who are interested. So when you become a Buddhist monastic, your whole purpose, your whole aim is to practice the Buddhist path for enlightenment, for Nibbana. You don't take on the robes and the monastic training to earn money, to get wealth, fame, fortune in that way. That's not the purpose of our lifestyle. We're actually renunciants. We're giving up that right or that means of accumulating wealth, going out, earning money and so on in the world. We give that up when we become a Buddhist monastic. But of course, monks have to rely on some kind of support. You still have to eat, you still have to live. So one of the important roles of the lay community is to support the Sangha. It's not that the Sangha have to go and bother people and ask for things, but partly the lay people have to realise there is a need. The Sangha still need to eat, they still need clothing, the basic necessities of life. And so you come to the temples, to the monasteries like this to make offerings to support Sangha in their aspiration to practice the Dhamma. And this is something very important. As lay people, you do go out to earn a living, you accumulate wealth, property and so on. That's quite acceptable. The aim for a layperson is to earn your living in a moral way, a good way, where you're not harming others, taking advantage of others. But that's what you do. But the Buddha said, well, you'll probably find that you have something left over or some extra that you don't really need, and that's what you take and share with the Sangha. And you first of all, you have your priority, you look after yourself, maybe your families, but if you have anything left over, then you can support the Sangha. And so that's why we practice dana and come to the monastery and make offerings. But the Buddha said the important principle is when you make offerings, you practice generosity, charity, you always have to do it in a way that doesn't hurt you. It's not causing yourself overt suffering or extra problems in life. So it's really what you have that's extra or that you can afford, that you have that's within your means, then you share that with the Sangha. The Sangha's job is to receive the alms that you offer, the food, the other donations, and contemplate it, try to use it wisely to support the practice of the Dhamma Vinaya for purifying the mind, freeing the mind from greed, anger and delusion. That's their role. And if the Sangha performs their role, their duty correctly, and the lay people with faith support them correctly, then Buddhism will be strong and flourish, and you're being a good example also for your children, grandchildren, for the future generations. Because if they see what you do, you come to temples, you support temples, you practice the Dhamma that the Sangha teach you, then they'll see it as something important and you'll follow. And that's important for the children and future children to see. Otherwise, Buddhism could easily disappear from the world. One of the important roles of monks is also to remind you that the deeper, or you might say the true happiness of life, comes from a peaceful, happy mind. All the wealth that you earn in the world, you go out, you earn money and do various things to create wealth. It's important, but in the end all it can do is give you comfort, convenience on a physical or material level. But if you don't develop your mind in a good way, you still won't necessarily experience happiness and peace in your life. So this is why the role of Sangha is vital, because we're teaching you, showing you through example and practice, and teaching you the way to also have a happy mind. So not just happy body, but you need a happy mind as well to be completely happy as a human being. And that's something why you need to keep meeting with Sangha, listening to the Dhamma, practicing the Dhamma, because it will bring you that. So really the centre of Buddhist practice is all around training and developing your heart, your mind in a good way. As the Buddha said, Cittang tang tang sukhavahang, a well-trained mind brings happiness. And that should be the sort of centre of our practice, is training the mind to bring up the causes of happiness by cultivating the Buddhist path of sila, samadhi, panya, developing your mind in a wholesome, skillful way. If we don't do that, then however much wealth and material success we get in the world, we'll never really enjoy it. We'll never be at peace and happy in ourselves. So again, the most important thing in our life is our state of mind. Real happiness and peace arises in the mind. The mind is the forerunner of everything we think, we do, we say. And so happiness and suffering is really determined by your state of mind and how you look after your mind, what you do with your mind. So we have this Buddhist path is all about training our mind, and sometimes we say heart as well, so hearts and minds, training them in a good way, which takes effort, which takes time, but it's worth it because you have to keep reminding yourself material wealth alone is not the key to success and happiness in life. It's only one part. We also have to look after and develop our mind well. So we come to a monastery, and a monastery is a place of giving and sharing. We come and we support the monastery, partly with our presence, our time, our energy we bring here, but also material offerings of food and donations. The Sangha who live here, they also practice giving and sharing. They share the Dhamma, the teachings, and show you the way of practice. And these two aspects working together will make for a strong Buddhist community. So this is why it's important to support monasteries, attend monasteries, come regularly, because you'll get this aspect of your life will be nourished. The Dhamma, we say the spiritual aspect or the Dhamma aspect, will be nourished and grow from that. So you really can't avoid this. If you want to progress in the Buddhist path, you have to associate with the Sangha and see the value of that. And again, it's not just for us, but it's also for future generations. Luang Por just reiterated he's very happy to be here, and he's warmed and inspired to see so many people come out to the monastery to make offerings, to listen to the Dhamma with faith in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. He thinks this is a very good sign for each one of you in your life. It'll be a good thing for you and a good thing for society as a whole, the community as a whole. So he wants to express his appreciation and gratitude for all the support you give to this monastery and what you're doing today. And he wishes you success and happiness from your Dhamma practice in the future.